Working in a non-profit, you know that there's very high competition for donations, and reaching the right people with the right message at the right time can be challenging, to say the least. So today I'm going to show you a way to use content and Facebook ads to identify and engage a new audience and then move them from the awareness stage right through to the donation stage. This approach will prevent wasted budget and ensure that your cost per donation remains as low as possible. So it all starts with content. What you need to do first is call out the target market and provide value upfront and for free. So what does this mean exactly? Well, the target market's problem that you're solving is they want to make a difference in the issues that they care about. And if they achieve this, then they get the positive emotional benefits and feel good about themselves for paying it forward. The problem for you is that these people get bombarded by a high level of marketing communications, all asking them to donate to different causes. So your other problem is you don't really know who exactly in your target audience resonates with your cause and who might be motivated to donate. And the key word there is motivated, but I'll come on to that in just a minute. So let's have a look now at how we use content to identify the people in your target market who might be interested in your cause. So you start with stories relating to the issue. Note I'm saying stories and not direct response ads asking them to donate. You need to connect with them emotionally first and then move them to a place where they're ready to donate. So I'm not saying that asking them to donate straight away won't work. It might. You've got to test different things. But what this approach could do for you is help prevent wasted ad spend while creating audiences of motivated buyers, which could also increase your average donation value when they do come around to donate. So let's look at an example. So say your non-profit is wildlife based. You might create and promote a heartwarming story about koalas. So you're not promoting anything or asking them to do anything. You're just calling out the people who might emotionally connect with and care about koalas, and therefore who might also be interested in your cause. Because you're providing value for free in the form of content without asking anything from them, you've got their attention. So everyone who clicks and engages with this content, including the social media post, has effectively raised their hand and said, I'm interested in this topic. So this is important because they are now on your retargeting list. You know who out of your target audience is interested in this issue and might be interested in helping your cause. These people that engage with your content and effectively raise their hand saying, I'm interested, now become your target audience for the next follow-up promotions. So because you know these people are interested in the topic and the story of the koala is fresh in their mind, you can now confidently promote a strategic piece of content only to this much more narrow focused audience. So this will further build the emotional connection, but more importantly, start to motivate them to want to help. So what does this look like? So in this example, after engaging with your last piece of content, the koala's fresh in the mind and you know this new audience is connected to the topic. The second piece of content, you might want to make them problem aware. So this could be a story about how it's feared koalas could be extinct in the next 30 years and the potential ripple effect that this could have on the ecosystem, as well as losing the animal that they care so much about. This shows them the current state of the issue and makes them problem aware. So towards the end of this content piece, you could mention any small things they might be able to do themselves to help with this that don't require a significant investment of time or money. And you might also want to test dropping in that small donations can also help. So to close off this content piece, you want to tell them that in the next piece, you'll be talking about the sort of big picture options, what are available to prevent this from happening, and what your non-profit is doing about it and how they can be a part of it. This is called opening a loop, and it helps to generate more attention when your next piece goes live. This is the same tactic used by TV shows to help build your anticipation for the next episode. As humans, we hate open loops and we need to see the closure of the information gap. So quick recap, your first piece of content called out everyone who's interested in koalas and potentially interested in your cause. Because you weren't asking anything from them, you got their attention. Your second piece of content then makes them problem aware, and this is only promoted to the people that raised their hand and showed interest in the topic by engaging with your first piece of content. So now it's time to build on this and nurture their emotional connection to the issue as well as their desire to help. So with this third piece of content then, that's promoted to the same audience, you could first make them remind them of the problem, but then start to make them solution aware. So after reminding them of the issue, tell them what needs to happen in order to save the koala. So you already told them at the end of the last content piece that in this piece, you're going to be showing them exactly what options are available and what your non-profit is doing about it and how they can be a part of it. So this is exactly what you do in this content piece. So one common obstacle to getting donations, especially if it's sort of one of the earlier contacts with the brand, is knowing and having the confidence that their donation is actually going to make a difference and how it's going to help, if it's going to help at all. This content piece solves that problem and overcomes the objection. So your previous content pieces have firmly connected them to the issue and shown them that there are things that we can do to help, all the while building like and trust in your non-profit. So now you're showing them what you're actually doing to prevent this, how it will work, why it will work, and most importantly, how you're actually using people's donations to achieve the end result. The more specific you can be here, the better. They are already emotionally connected to the cause and aware of what needs to be done. You might want to show them what previous donations have achieved so that they can see the positive outcome and are bought into the solution, and also trust that you're the non-profit to make it happen. At the end of this content piece, definitely want to ask for the donation and tie it back to the end result of what the donation is actually achieving. Again, the more specific you can be here, the better. So you might want to tell people what the current next phase of the plan is to further your cause, and that if they donate now, then this is exactly what their donations are funding. So paint the picture of the specific end result that will be achieved if they donate now. They can then feel good that they've got the knowledge that their donations now are achieving this end result. You might also want to tell them that everyone who donates now to fund this phase will receive an update on exactly what progress has been made in a certain amount of time. So the last part of this funnel today is a direct response ad. So target this promotion to everyone who engaged with all of the previous content pieces but haven't yet donated. So other than the people that have already donated, you know this audience is as highly motivated an audience as you could ever target because they've engaged with your previous content pieces. I guess it's important to note as well that just because people haven't donated at this point doesn't mean they don't want to or they're not bought into your cause. It might just be that life got in the way and they're bought in and they've consumed your content, but it's just slipped their mind to donate. So this is where you go all in with the direct response. You remind them of the problem, remind them of the solution and what the donations are achieving, and then obviously ask for the donation. With this being an ad rather than a content piece, also try to factor in urgency as to why we need to act now. So using the same example of the koala that we've used throughout this video, the urgency might be that if we don't act before a certain time, then this solution won't work and it might not be possible. If you can increase specificity again by perhaps any kind of estimation as to the number of koalas that you might save with this phase of the solution, or the geographical area or habitat, or anything specific that you can factor in, again, this usually helps to improve the conversion rate. So to summarise, by first calling out the people who are interested in the topic and providing value to them in the form of content for free, you identify the potentially interested prospects. Following promotions, then only target these people and make them problem aware, followed by solution aware, and then nurture their emotions so that they are bought into the issue and cause. All the while you're building trust and likability. And what you're actually doing is building their motivation to want to help and therefore donate. So with this approach, you're only using your marketing budget to reach people who are most interested in your cause, rather than blasting an ad out to everyone asking them to donate straight away on first contact. So the reason this is so powerful is because it combines traditional branding, which connects people emotionally and builds like and trust, with direct response advertising, which drives people to take action. Finally, we need to mention testing. The approach described in this video is the foundation. It's just that, it's an approach. So depending on your audience and your cause, you might need to work harder to capture the attention and nurture that motivation to donate by using a longer sequence. On the flip side, your audience might be a higher level of motivation and a higher level of awareness, so you might need to work less to actually get them to the point of donation. The key takeaway is that you need to test different messaging, different creative, different funnel lengths to find what resonates most with your audience. So that wraps up this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified of when the next video comes available. And as always, we're all open to suggestions. So if you'd like to see us dive into a topic with these videos, feel free to reach out to us and we'll see what we can do. All right, have a good day.